Aloha and good afternoon. Thanks for tuning into this Hawaii News Now stream. We want to take you live to a press conference with Honolulu Police Chief Joe Logan and HPD discussing Operation Firestorm, which focuses on a game room crackdown. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Of individuals for second-degree electronic enticement of a minor and multiple drug and gambling offenses. Illegal drugs and gambling devices were recovered. As part of the operation's human trafficking efforts, investigators also checked on the welfare of employees at various massage and spa businesses on the Leeward side. It takes extensive planning and coordination to conduct such an operation of this size. And we do this because these activities are also linked to other criminal activity. Today's operation is the first, and more will be conducted in other parts of the island. I'd like to recognize our partners for actively supporting Operation Firestorm. Special thanks to Prosecuting Attorney Steve Alm, Drug Enforcement Administration Acting Group Supervisor Robert Dionis, Federal Bureau of Investigation Assistant Special Agent in Charge Matthew Floyd, and Homeland Security Investigations Acting Deputy Special Agent in Charge John Dunez, as well as the U.S. Marshals Scott Hilbert. At this time, I'll turn it over to Prosecutor Steve Alm to say a few words, and then following him, Major Mike Lambert of the Honolulu Narcotics Vice Division will provide statistics. Thank you.
I think all public officials, whether it's state representatives, senators, city council members, the police, the prosecutors, more calls are made by our citizens in their neighborhoods about drug houses and about gambling houses than anything else. They have tracked criminals, they have tracked the wrong type of folks. There are multiple shootings at these locations, and so I take my hat off to HPD for leading this effort to go after those locations, and we will work with them, whether it's search warrants, whether it's prosecuting those responsible. We will work with them to try to get those places shut down and make our neighborhoods, both in urban areas and in out in the neighborhoods, make them safer. So we're happy to be a part of this. This is just the beginning. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for covering our campaign. We'll go ahead and share some statistics from today's operation. At approximately 2:30 this morning in the Kapolei area, we arrested a 33-year-old male for attempting to entice a minor for sexual activity, along with bringing drugs with him. At 0600, we executed a search warrant in the Ewa Beach area, and we arrested 2 individuals, one for possession of approximately 18 grams of methamphetamines. At approximately 1000 hours, we visited 4 massage spa type locations in the Kapolei Ewa Beach area that may have had labor or sex trafficking type of individuals working there. We tried to offer resources to those women. At 1400 hours, we did a simultaneous hit of 3 game rooms in the Nanakuli area, resulting in 38 devices, illegal gambling devices that has a street value of approximately $300,000, as well as over 3 ounces of methamphetamine and over 50 pills of OxyContin. We feel like this operation was very successful, and we hope to do more of these to ensure the community that we are out there, we're working hard, we're collaborating at all levels, and we will make an impact in the areas of concern. Thank you. Any questions?
Are these individuals that were arrested, were these places that you were looking at for some time?
Absolutely. These investigations do take a little while. A lot of evidence needs to be gathered in order to get search warrants and execute arrests. A lot of times they're complaint driven by our community members, so we do encourage our community to get out there, be proactive, and call out these bad actors in their neighborhoods.
Major, would you be able to say approximately how long the investigation was ongoing before the move was made this morning to serve warrants?
Due to the various crimes, they have different timelines on that. We like to keep those a little bit under our glove, or so to speak, because we don't want to give out too much. But they are very intensive, and they do take a little bit of time.
As far as the massage parlors and the investigation for sex trafficking, my understanding, no arrests there, but again, resources were made available to the workers there? What types of resources? If you could just go into a little bit of detail.
Sure. So we have advocates that specialize in sex trafficking, as well as people that may be being utilized in just regular labor practices, not necessarily sex trafficking. So we just wanted to offer those women resources. If they are here for green card or other reasons, we do have those resources available to them. So if they are being, used in an illegal manner, they could be saved from it.
And since there are several agencies involved at both the city and federal level, ultimately, where would they be prosecuted? Where would they be tried? Would this still be under Prosecutor Alm's Kuliana, so to speak?
Correct. So the beauty of these type of multi-layer operations is that we can get the best results possible. So if it makes sense to go state, we will work with Prosecutor Alm. The reason why we have our federal partners here is if there is a federal nexus or if there's an appetite for them to take over the investigation, we want to have them involved in that.
The locations that you busted that simultaneous illegal gambling locations at 1400, are these locations where you've made busts previously?
Correct. So some of them do have we've had several violations over time, and that's why we're going to work very closely with our prosecutors as well as potentially some federal nuisance abatement pathways to ensure that these establishments don't continue to operate even after successive enforcement.
I see a map up there, and there's 4 triangles right around the Nanakuli area, and there were 3, I guess, they just said were raided this morning. Which 3 triangles do they correspond to?
We'll go ahead and give you guys that offline,
Okay.
but they are that cluster of the 4. I believe
Okay.
one other was a massage establishment. But they are unfortunately prominent on our Waianae coast, and we do realize that they do create a negative impact to that community. So we just want to make sure that our Waianae constituents out there understand that we are paying attention and we are providing resources to them.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. If there are no other questions, then this concludes our conference. Thank you very much.
And that was a live and rather quick press conference with Honolulu Police and several other agencies, including the prosecutor, Steve Alm. There, they were talking about Operation Firestorm. And essentially, what happened today was a rapid fire of warrants and arrests being made. The first one happening early this morning, where a suspect is accused of electronic enticement of a minor. After that one, shortly thereafter, 2 other people were arrested for alleged possession of drugs, methamphetamine, according to Honolulu Police. And after that, the authorities then went into the Kapolei and Eva Beach area where they raided 4 massage parlors in the area. Now there, they say they offered the resources to the women in fearing that they may be involved in human or sex trafficking activities there. Later in the day, 3 Nanakuli game rooms were also entered by authorities. They seized upwards of 38 devices as well as 3 ounces of meth and about 50 pills of oxycodone, I believe is what they said. So we had a team there at that press conference, and they gave us a lot of information really quickly. And so our Ben Gutierrez is there with our cameraman Tony, and they will be working to give you an updated version of this story on later editions of Hawaii News. Now, of course, our first newscast happens in about 45 minutes. It's first at 4 on KHNL. We thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dylan Ancheta in the H&N Digital Center.